Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 23 of my bee breeding guide. In this episode, we're going to be investigating another branch off of the infernal line called Virulent. And Virulent is a little bit nasty because all of the bees in it will produce the poison effect for all of them, especially because of the fact that they come from the tropical line of bees. And because of that also, they will like and prefer the jungle type climates, but they have some minor tolerances either way for temperature and humidity, but it's easiest to just deal with them in a jungle or a marsh or swamp or whatever. They are added by extra bees, and they do need vines or ferns to do their business since they are jungle type bees anyway. So let's see what we can get out of them. First off, since they do come from the tropical line, you are going to expect to find silky comb, which turns into honey drops and silky propolis. And that's used for, well, making the propolis, but also for getting the silk wisps for the woven silk, which is useful for several things, including your bee suit. And also, the virulent bees will give you this venomous comb. Doesn't do anything special. Actually, it's less than special. All you can get out of it is beeswax. But let's take a look at the branch and see what we can get here. Hopefully it won't crash. Yes, it didn't crash. Now, I have some of the bees running just so you can get an idea of what the poison effect is like. I'll put it on non-creative and take off my armor here. And I should start getting the poison effect off of these. However, I've been having some hiccups with the poison, and I don't know why. I'm not complaining, definitely not complaining, but for some reason I'm not getting poisoned by them. But you basically take some poison damage. You get a little notification here saying that you're poisoned, and you just start doing the little ow, 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 ow dance. All right. Now let's see here. The first bee we're going to cover is called the malicious bee. And the malicious bee requires tropical bees, which you can get in jungles from those hives there, and sinister from the infernal line. If you need to know how to make that, you can either go watch my infernal video, or you can download this map and go visit it yourself and take a look at the infernal branch itself. I am making this map available for download. It is in the Unleashed mod pack as part of Feed the Beast, so you will need Feed the Beast and the Unleashed mod pack in order to deal with this map, but that's not too terribly difficult. And also, if you haven't messed with Feed the Beast yet, I'd highly recommend it. It is very fun. There's a lot added, and if you're messing with all these different kinds of mods anyway that are required for doing all the bee breeding, then you probably are used to mod installation. The Feed the Beast just does it all for you, and you get to just go in and play. It's a lot easier. But anyway, the malicious branch, or the malicious bee, rather. I have a drone, and let's grab this princess here from the breeding process to see how long it took me to make. Oh, just one generation. That's not too bad. All right, now let's compare it to a default, and that's actually pretty close to a purebred stable bee. That's pretty nice. I will leave these here in this chest for you guys to look at and examine more closely if you wish, and also you can do some tinkering and crossbreeding. I have additional stock here for you. Now, the typical output for a malicious bee, oh, I guess I should mention there's a bee suit in case you don't have one. Anyway, the typical output for a malicious bee will include 2 drones and a chance at, or several chances at getting some of this silky comb. It's about a, I'd say 25% chance-ish based on the typical output I get. So about 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 queen cycles will get you 1 silky comb. And a stack of silky comb will get you about a stack of honey drops and 3/4 of a stack of the silky propolis. Now moving on to the infectious bee. The infectious bee does require malicious and some more of that tropical to make. And there we go, an infectious princess. That's awesome. Let's see how long it took me to get that. Obviously for you it might take less or more attempts to breed one, but that took 3 generations. And just a quick comparison, not too much different. They're both rather slow. And let's look over here. No tolerance differences, no output differences. All right. I will leave that here for you as well. And let's look at the typical infectious output. Again, there's going to be 2 drones and some of that comb. It looks like about 2 to 3 as a maximum. And once again, that's the typical output from a stack of the silky comb there. Now, finally, we are going to look at the virulent bee, which requires having done the infectious and the malicious and enough to stabilize a line. And I have some for you to experiment with in here. And there's a virulent. And I will grab this princess so we know how long it took to make. About 7 generations sounds about right. It doesn't take too many, but it's also not instant gratification for this breed of bee. Now this one looks like it is a purebred. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Got a purebred out of it. I will leave these here for you to examine if you wish. And let's take a look at the virulent output. Oh, it is not quite done. Let's sleep it off. And it looks like we might have to wait a minute for 1 or more of these to finish. I basically rebooted it so I could get the poison effect so you could see, and also so I could get some venomous comb in here, because I wanted you to see that these do in fact make the venomous comb. I didn't have any. While I'm finishing those up, the venomous comb will get you about 3/4 of a stack of beeswax, but nothing else. It's not good for honey drops or anything else. You can use the beeswax and the comb itself for some things, but that's where it basically ends. And these guys are almost dead. Very, very close. Now just watch this so you can see what happens when they die. There it goes. There's the output. You've got 2 drones, and they should be dying in sequence here any second. Alright. And this queen will die. There we go. 2 drones. I may have left a couple of the silky comb in from the previous bout, but you're going to get anywhere from 1 to 5 comb total out of a breeding attempt, or out of the life cycle of a queen. So it's I guess just about a 1-for-1 minimum attempt, but a stack of that will get you only 3/4 of a stack of beeswax. Now, 1 or more of the bees in this line are used for making the caustic bee, so or the AB and the caustic branch. So you are going to have to finish this one up before you progress, but that's all that it's used for. If you do decide to download this map, you can, once you get here, go back to the hub and explore around in there. But I think that's pretty much everything that I needed to cover as far as this branch is concerned. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was informative and helpful for your purposes and answered any questions you may have had. If you have any other questions or any comments or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. I will do my best to respond. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to give it a like. I appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my next content comes out. Yeah, I opened the door. But that's where I'm going to have to wrap up, so thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.